The Legend of Heroes, or Trails series, is one of my favorite JRPGs of all time. So when I heard they were going to be remaking the first game out of the 13 released so far, I was overjoyed. Trails in the Sky First Chapter brings us back to the beginning with some gorgeous new visual updates and enhancements that have found their way into the newest entries of the series, like the real-time combat from Trails to Daybreak. Ahead of its release, publisher Gung Ho sent over a copy of the game for us to review, and while I had just started playing my review, I wanted to take a moment to check out the full game and give a preview of what you can expect when trying to play this on the Steam Deck. So that's what we're going to be looking at in this video. We're going to check out Trails in the Sky First Chapter on the Steam Deck right now, and how it's running and what our recommended settings are for the time being. If you want to see more videos like this, hit that like and subscribe button, and hit the notification bell to be notified as soon as our next video goes live. The game is recorded using a capture card, so your performance may be slightly better than what you're going to be seeing in this video. Before we begin the video, please consider subscribing to our Patreon, where you can get an ad-free viewing experience for our website, access to the exclusive podcast on Patreon only, polls to help dictate what videos are going to be released next, and much more coming. Right now we have a $3 tier and a $5 tier, with the $5 tier being the one that gets you access to the podcast as well, upcoming game nights, timed exclusive videos, and more. Link to our Patreon is in the description, and thank you. Now before I get into it, while there was a demo release, this is going to be looking at the full game in the early couple hours. I always prefer playing the full release over the demo for testing personally, as it's more accurate as to what we can expect when the game goes live for everyone else. With this being like the early parts of the game, I would consider this more of a preview. The game may get better or worse in terms of performance as we get further and explore new areas. So when I just started the game and went to go ahead and start testing some settings, I had to go find a spot that is going to be a little bit tougher to run. So when I did, I played around with the settings, starting from the lowest and starting to work my way up. And I found out that the low and medium graphical presets are really going to be the only two presets we can really use on the Steam Deck. Low is able to stick towards 60 frames per second most of the time, while medium will generally stay above 35 frames per second. However, with a mix of settings, we can find a nice balance, and that's how I'm enjoying the game so far. So in the end, I was able to actually put in amalgamation of high, medium, and low settings, with LOD and light distance going up to high, draw distance, SSAO, SSR being at medium, and the shadow map, volumetric lighting, and anisotropic filtering at low. Anti-aliasing, which is going to be the big winner here, is able to run on SMAA plus TAA, which makes those edges look much better. For a game like this, good anti-aliasing is going to help make it look so much better. With it, the game looks fantastic, very detailed and vibrant while also sharp enough, with the render resolution at 100%, a decent draw distance, and the OLED screen just makes everything pop. I did notice some pop-in from objects far away and some shadows that can creep out, but they were far enough away where I didn't notice them too much. It's small in the grand scheme, and worth it to have the sharper quality and ambient occlusion, and screen space reflections. Performance-wise, the game will keep mostly to 60 frames per second, though there are still moments of dropping when there's lots of enemies around and in combat. Crafts and S-crafts tend to make it drop more, but ultimately regular attacks can do it as well. Even still, none of the drops went below 45 frames per second, making me feel like this combination of settings would be perfect for 45 FPS gameplay. It's very possible that this could all change as we go to new locations and fight different enemies, which is something that I experienced when we first went into Mistwald, but I can't see it getting to an unplayable state. I am pretty confident that these settings will keep at 45 frames per second and above, but time will tell as I continue to play. However, the truth remains that Trails in the Sky First Chapter is amazing on the Steam Deck, and that's awesome. Trails in the Sky First Chapter can be wishlisted right now ahead of its September 19th release date, and while it doesn't have a rating yet, this should be Steam Deck verified. You can expect our full review to be coming out within the next 2 to 3 weeks, though it might be a little bit delayed since we're going to be going to Tokyo Game Show soon. Thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like and subscribe button, and hit the notification bell to be notified as soon as our next video goes live. And a huge thank you to our patrons. You guys are awesome. See you next time.